Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. And today, I wanted to talk to you guys about is playing with distortion, or is there ever a time when you're playing with too much distortion, and what should you use distortion for? Because I know a lot of beginners they understand what overdrive is, but they just don't understand what you should use it for, because sometimes some people automatically think you just take the distortion and you crank it up to the highest setting on your amp or on your distortion pedal to get the heaviest crunchy sound, and a lot of times what that does is it takes away from actually the notes itself. So you could be sitting there strumming away and riffing, as you can see right here it is, you can see, and the notes are so distorted you can't make out what someone's playing. And sometimes people play so low of tuning with so much gain that when you're riffing and you're playing muddy, distorted sound, that's when it doesn't become musical. And sometimes people use overdrive because they really can't get they're not really great enough to play clean. Because I went to a lot of local bands concerts before, and these guys be ripping, and when they do the clean, like little chordy parts, I'm getting some text messages, some clean chordy parts, the music doesn't sound all that great because they're using so much distortion. It kind of masks and overdoes the actual playing, because sometimes some people just be, and then when you hear them play clean, you're like, dude, you're not that great, you kind of suck, you're just using the distortion to mask the bad playing. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys use a shitload of mass distortion on your guitar, or if you play bass, you play with bass distortion? Because honestly, I do crank my my distortion up to about 8 o'clock. I have my bass up about 6 o'clock, but I don't try to overdo it where it's so distorted when I play like a, just say like a F major scale, that you can't even make out what I'm playing. Because so that's my honest opinion with distortion, what it's used for. It's used for metal, rock. You can turn it distortion on around 9 o'clock, where you're going to get more of a bluesy tone on most amps and most guitar basses and distortion pedals. But what I want to say is, you don't always have to have your volume knob on your guitar on 10. You don't always have to have your tone knob all the way up, because you can roll the tone knob off and get some very sick tones without even messing with distortion pedals and whatnot. But I just want to make a short video and say, honestly, I love my distortion. I love playing heavy, crunchy music, but honestly, you don't always need overdrive on volume 10 and your guitar on 10 and your amp on like 10 just to sound good, because sometimes it will be muddy and the bottom end of the amp will start crackling and just won't be an enjoyable sound. Because sometimes you can play in your bedroom and have the most crunchiest metal tone, but once you go play in a band or just with the drummer and another bass player, your sound is muddy and it just doesn't sound that great. So what I recommend is messing around with the amps, mess around with the amp settings, mess around with the distortion, find what's comfortable for you, and actually play with other musicians, and you will find your tone. And I love making a guitar tone and figuring out what my tone is. I don't like just picking up a guitar, cranking everything up to 10, because in the end, it's really not going to sound all that great. Because honestly, you need to figure out, that's why when you listen to like Les Claypool, or you listen to Kerry King or Zakk Wylde, you can definitely tell Zakk Wylde when he does that soloing stuff, and you can tell Kirk Hammett because he uses a lot of wah in his soloing and in his playing, and you can definitely tell those are some people that you can be like, yep, that's Zakk Wylde, because you can tell Zakk Wylde's playing, at least for me, hearing Zakk Wylde for so many years. And when he's playing like in Ozzy, you hear do woo, and he does those little crazy squealy harmonics, Yep, that's Zach Wild, because you can tell his tone. If he just took all his pedals, turned them to 10, and still played, yeah, he would still sound good because his playing's good, but his tone would totally suck. So, is there a point when there's too much overdrive? I think there is. So, with that said, please rate, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next video.